We have some breaking news coming out of the New York investigation into the UnitedHealth CEO assassination. Police are working off a possible motive now that they have seen the words inscribed in the bullet shell casings used by the gunman.
UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson was fatally shot in a targeted attack outside a Manhattan hotel. This shocking incident has sparked widespread reactions across social media. Today, we'll look at some TikTok responses and piece together what we know about this tragic event.
It has been less than 48 hours since the CEO of UnitedHealth has been unalive, and they already posted his job on Indeed. So what makes you think your job is secure? Don't trust none of these companies.
You know why I don't care? That the CEO of UnitedHealthcare was also a husband and father. My mom died from complications due to diabetes. Diabetes requires a lot of supply, not just things like pumps, insulin, needles, test strips. It's things like batteries, alcohol wipes, band-aids, tape, gauze. 6 months before my mom died, her health insurance let her know that all of the things that she had been prescribed and insured for the last 10, 15 years of her life were no longer going to be covered. The insulin her life depended on, the pumps her life depended on, and the batteries that go in those pumps. The morning after my mom died, and I'm talking not even 24 hours after, 7 a.m. the morning after my mom died, a box full of all of my mom's supplies for the next 4-6 months showed up on my front step. And inside the box, with all of her supplies, there was a letter that said, "Due to the change in your current situation, we have now fully insured and covered your supplies." The current change in situation was listed as death. Patient expiration. So yeah, it makes sense that all of the health insurance companies in the United States have now taken their CEOs off their websites, because it's not a matter of if this happens next, it's when.
The level of proficiency displayed has left authorities speculating about the suspect's background and motives. The location of the attack, right outside the New York Hilton Midtown in a busy tourist area, raises significant questions. This bold act in such a well-monitored location underscores the brazenness of the crime. After the shooting, the gunman fled the scene on an electric bike, disappearing into Central Park. Police are now working to track his movements before and after the incident using surveillance footage.
So police have just released the images of the man suspected to have gunned down Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, yesterday morning. He was staying at a hostel on the Upper West Side with 2 other men. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that these 2 other men were involved, but he was just sharing a room with them. The NYPD obtained a warrant, and they are now searching the hostel and other hostels surrounding the area as well. And by now we know that several of the bullet casings had the words deny, defend, and depose written on them. There is a lot of speculation online as to why this happened, but when the suspect fled on foot into an alley, he conveniently dropped his phone. I guess that's the next part of the jigsaw puzzle in finding out who this person is and what is on that cell phone. They also discovered a water bottle and a candy wrapper that they assume is also the gunman's, so we are very close to finding out the identity and hopefully the reason behind this heinous act.
Brian Thompson was a respected leader in the healthcare industry, serving as CEO of UnitedHealthcare.
If you ever start to think that you're irreplaceable at a job, never forget that Brian Thomas, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was murdered on his way to a meeting, and the meeting still happened on time. And allegedly, they had his job posted before the day was even over. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of speculation that that last part's not true, and in all likelihood, it is hard to believe that they had his job posted before the day was over. But the meeting he was on his way to attend did still happen on time. And there's no way they didn't know about it. And by it, I mean the murder of the CEO right outside the front door of the building. The building the meeting was taking place in. Like when HR was taking roll call for the meeting, these motherfuckers were like, looks like Jill's here, okay. Steven's here, okay. Andrew's on PTO, so he's gonna miss this one, alright. Brian was just murdered 20 minutes ago, so, not going to be attending. Like, I can also absolutely picture them being like, now everyone, this is just a courtesy reminder, but if you're going to be murdered before an important meeting, please make sure you're letting everyone know at least 2 hours in advance. All jokes aside, it doesn't matter what job you do or what industry you work in. Do not give all of yourself to a job. That job is not your family. That job is not your friend. And you could literally be murdered on your way to work, and the machine continues to move on without you.
Due to overwhelming response, we will be having a lookalike contest for the UnitedHealthcare CEO Ninja Assassin in my room, and the winner gets a 2-night stay in me.
What? The CEO of UnitedHealthcare was gunned down in Manhattan in the streets? Yeah, I don't think that's something that happens just in the moment, like spontaneously. I call that a pre-existing condition.
Authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward, offering a $10,000 reward as the manhunt continues.
Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
Dude, no way. Bro, what happened? What is it? It says here the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, like the insurance company, got gunned down in broad daylight in the middle of New York City. Dude, check this out. What the heck? That's nuts. Bro, I know. And it says in the article that the gunman is still on the loose right now as we speak. Oh my God. Is he okay? No, dude. The CEO ended up dying at the... Oh, no. I'm not talking about the CEO. I'm talking about the gunman. Like, is he all right? Like, has he fled the country? Is he okay? Does he need food, water? I don't think you could say that.
This senseless act has left many grieving and asking questions.
I wanted to talk about the unaliving of the UnitedHealthcare CEO. As you guys know, or maybe don't know, I currently work for UnitedHealthcare. Technically, I resigned this past Sunday. It was my last day, and I believe the CEO was unalived like on Tuesday or Wednesday. And when it happened, of course, everyone was like, is it that bad? Like, you just left and then this happened. And the answer is yes, it is. I am not sure how a lot of the shit that happens in the insurance industry is even legal. But at the end of the day, people are not going to feel bad for what happened to this man. People are not going to feel sad for what happened to this man. He's to my understanding, he was making like $10 million a year. That's just on salary alone. And when the incident happened, I believe he was on his way to a meeting to talk about the record profits that UnitedHealthcare has. And the reason why they have those profits is because of all the claims they deny. And I believe they have like one of the highest levels of claim denying out of all insurance companies. And everyone loses there, except for the people at the top. And so you'll have the workers there, making not even maybe $15 an hour, if that, not a livable wage, but on the front line and taking the brunt of these people who are obviously pissed off because this is your health. You don't want to die or anything out here. But nonetheless, the claim's going to get denied. There's sort of this bucket with insurance where you get like routine care and it's covered. You don't have to worry about it. Then there's this second bucket, if you will, where things are a little bit more complex, like maybe like a heart transplant or whatever, but more, I guess, like on the normal side of things, but a pre-authorization is needed for it. Like the insurance has to say, okay, you need this, and then we'll pay for it. Then there's this third bucket, and that's where the problem is. You have the premiums, you're paying for the coverage, but they'll just deny the claim. Instead of just giving the money to pay for whatever it could possibly be, they'll just default to denying it and making you like fight, and that is where the frustration comes from with insurance in general, whether it's privatized or not. You pay and then they don't, and it leaves you with out-of-pocket costs, or either I guess you just can't even get the care. And so when they deny those claims, people get pissed. And, again, there's nothing we can do. The systems are antiquated. Like actually working for the company, none of the systems work, literally. Like you try to look for this information, it's not there. You want to look for that information, it's not in that system because it's an older system or whatever. It doesn't speak directly with the hospital networks. And it's just always something. And then you're left there trying to help these customers. And you literally can't. And they are literally pissed because you're not helping them. And then you know, denied their care. And so it's dealing with that, dealing with pre-authorizations, you know, doctor referrals. You know, people will literally have a prescription for like a narcotic at the drug and somehow like teleport to the pharmacy in like 2 seconds and want to fill it. And it's like, wait a minute. And then you know, it'll get declined because narcotics are not just, you know, something they can give out, obviously, but the law literally says that. So you'll pull it up and it's like, dude, you got like 30 days on this. You're on day 5 trying to get a refill, you crackhead. Please leave them people alone. Get out of there. No one's going to cover it. So you have stuff like that. People that are just entitled, you know, people that actually abuse the system for sure. But for the most part, people are just trying to get care. And good luck. Good luck. The insurance companies seem to want to, you know, make you fight. And that was just my experience working with UnitedHealthcare. I'm sure everyone else's is pretty similar or if not worse. But the reason why they have those high profits is the reason why that CEO was unalived. Period.